Okay, so first thing off here, real quick off the top, I want to update everyone on where we are with the digital magazine. Right now, we're a little hung up on production. It's on my end again because I've not been feeling too well. I'm running a little behind on things, so right now the blame falls firmly on my shoulders. However, we do have something that I want to show off tonight. If Eric wouldn't mind sharing my screen. So this is just a small teaser image. I don't want to get too farther into this. This is one of the characters from one of the brand new original story that will be featured in the magazine. As it currently sits, I am writing and drawing this, and it's just kind of an idea that kind of sprung out of my head. This is sort of a bit of a fan production like the rest of the magazine. I can't show you the person this character is talking to because that would give too much away. But anyhow, this is a fan production. I think people will hopefully enjoy it. And this is just a little teaser of one of the other things you're going to be able to find in the digital magazine. And my hope is it's going to be available next week. I'm pretty much right at the finish line pulling it together. So hopefully it'll be next week and we'll be able to make an actual like firm announcement. I'm excited for everyone to see it.
I'm very excited to see it as well. You've been sending me updates constantly, and so I'm actually anticipating this quite a bit. It's nice to be a co-publisher in situations like this because I get to see all the material before it actually comes to the public. And I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be awesome. This is going to be incredibly high quality, and this is going to be free. It's going to be free. And again, Dave, is the sign up available on your website yet? As far as people signing up for the newsletter?
The sign up is on there, but unfortunately, it's buried. So I'm gonna put that back to the top. I'll probably do that tonight after tonight's show. So tomorrow you should be able to find the sign up actually for the email newsletter, and that is going to be the way that we're going to be distributing the digital magazine. But at the same point, too, this isn't a locked off thing. You know, if you're one of the subscribers and you receive it and you like the digital magazine, it's just going to be a PDF. And if you want to forward that around for your friends for them to check it out, do it. That's what we're hoping. The whole goal here is to build a fun, supportive community for everyone. We can all come together and talk about the things that we like, maybe diss a little bit on the things that we aren't too keen on. But at the end of the day, respect everyone's opinion and just enjoy all of this fun genre entertainment, whether we're talking about movies or television or comics or video games. So that's hopefully the goal and the point of what we're trying to do here. But yeah, the sign up will be on there. I'm going to push it to the top of the page tonight after the show. So tomorrow, if you haven't signed up for it yet, you'll be able to sign up for it there. And then
that's a good reminder also to folks to remember to share our content. We don't do a lot of our own self-advertising on this show because, quite frankly, I'm one of the first people to say I get annoyed by it. But please do, if you like the content, please do share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with everyone, and let them know about Retro Rogues Live.
And I do see in the chat that we have some speculation on who this might be. James is suggesting is it Ares? I'm not going to answer that question because I'm going to want everyone to read this story and enjoy it for what it is. You're not off base necessarily, James, but I'm not going to say exactly who it is because it would kind of give too much away. Like, for example, like there's actually a much more striking image I really wanted to show everyone. I'm really super proud of, but it would give way too much away about what we're doing. But no, I think people are going to enjoy this. So yeah, everybody just kind of hang tight. Like I said, we've got probably about another week, and then hopefully it'll be coming out then.
Very, very cool. Like I said, I think people are going to be very excited and very pleased with this. Is that right, Dave?
I'm sorry, you started to hang up there for just a minute.
We're officially calling it a fanzine, correct?
Yes, we are calling it the Retro Rogues Fanzine. If I keep referring to the digital magazine, it's just because I'm still stuck in what we're originally calling it. But yes, it is a fanzine. It is in a magazine type format. because I felt like if we just took this stuff and then we just put it on our website, like our website or whatever, I mean, that'd be fine. But I don't feel like it really captures that feel, because the goal is to create something that's reminiscent of Comic Scene magazine, which I used to talk about on the show all the time, or reminiscent of, for example, Wizard magazine or Starlog magazine, because that's what we're hoping to do. Is we're hoping to create something that kind of fills that niche for those of us that love this kind of genre entertainment.
And I will say, for me, growing up, I was a big fan of Starlog, but Starlog was a real treat for me. Like, I couldn't subscribe to it, and get it every month. I couldn't afford buying it every month. It was more expensive than your standard comic book. I think comic books when I started out as a kid were around 75 cents, and Starlog magazines were always more than that. So it was always a big treat for me to get a Starlog. In fact, I still have some old Starlogs in my collection, intermingled with some of my comics. So I think that's kind of exactly what we're going to be doing with the Retro Rogues Fanzine. Is it's going to have very much of that same kind of feel. We're hoping that something you're really going to be looking forward to every quarter once we get a regular schedule going.
And also, too, the other thing that this is kind of sort of like in the vein of is, if, back in the 80s when you were a kid, my grandmother got me several subscriptions to these they were sort of like, they weren't very in-depth or heavy, like heavy page count publications, but they had one for G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe magazine. They had the GoBots magazine. They had the Thundercats magazine. And I always enjoyed all those too. So that's why we're actually doing sequential story pages in there, is because I always loved those when I was a kid. Like there'd be, like, for example, like the Thundercats one would have all kinds of fun stuff. But the main thing you're there for is that 4-page Thundercats story, or the main thing you're there to, check out. Like, was interesting because G.I. Joe actually was a text-based. It was like a prose-based story. It wasn't always an extension of, like, for example, the Marvel Comics series. But Thundercats and GoBots, for example, they were sequential stories. So, I that's my thought. I'm trying to create something that would live within kind of those spaces in my imagination. And we've got a lot of wonderful people who have come on board to help us put this together. We had Edward Harris on the show previously, who's writing some stuff and contributing to the magazine. We've got an artist feature. I don't want to talk about that just yet, because I want people to just see it. So there's just a lot of fun things that are going to be going on in the magazine. So I just wanted to update everybody where we are and what's going on with it, because I know it's been a little bit more of a delay just with everything that's been going on. It's just kind of complicated things. But like I said, we're right there at the finish line. So the wait is almost over.